Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Technical Beast server. Right now I'm recording by myself, and usually we record in groups because this is a team play server, but I just want to talk to you about some FTB related things right now, so I thought I'd record by myself. But later on I do have some clips to show you. They're mainly just funny things where we're goofing around and hanging out, but I've got some clips to show you later on. At the moment I just want to talk about FTB because I've been finding it really hard to enjoy playing this game and continue playing it. And I started up this server because I wanted to take a different approach to playing Minecraft, and FTB is a different game in itself, so it's all been a little bit overwhelming, and I haven't put out a video on this server for a couple of weeks. But one of the last FTB related things you would have seen me put out was the Hermitcraft livestream video, and in that I was on the server with DMAC talking about starting a series on there and playing on there more often. And I'm not going to be doing that now, but playing on there really did help me find my way and figure out what it is that I want to do with FTB. And so I know DMAC doesn't watch these videos, but I really do appreciate the chats that he had with me, because I just couldn't really find my way with FTB. I didn't know what it was I wanted to do, and I think since then I've identified what the cause of the problem is. So with me, learning is quite difficult, and in FTB there's just so much to learn. There's so many things, it's quite overwhelming, and for me to learn all these different things that you want to do, it just goes in one ear and goes straight out the other one. And so the way that I learn is usually by necessity. If there's something that I'm interested in doing, and I ask questions and I find something out, then I usually remember how to do that, which is exactly what's been happening lately since I've been playing on here. I've been learning to set up quarries and use pumps, been learning different crafting recipes as well and other useful things. And it's starting to come together for me now playing on this server, because now that I'm enjoying something and I've got a goal and something that I want to do, it becomes much easier to learn things, because you just ask questions, someone tells you how to do something, and then you remember things that way. So there's been a bunch of stuff I've been doing up here, but I'll probably come back to that later. It's mainly crafting and things like that. But what I've been doing is terraforming and building. They're the two things that I am really interested in. Terraforming is always something I've been interested in, but in vanilla Minecraft it's very difficult to do it on a large scale. On FTB it's definitely more possible. And this is Raven's Child's biomass factory that we saw in the last video, I think, that we done on here. And that is, I think, Skeletor from He-Man. One of the cartoons that Raven's Child grew up with, and he decided to make that. I think it looks pretty damn awesome. He done a really good job with the lava there. And so that's the entrance to his biomass area, which looks pretty cool, but that's actually not what we're here to do. We're going to go through over to the area that I'm working on. Now this is our UU Matter station, and one of the things that I learnt to do recently was craft ultimate solar panels, and I understand a bit about how that works. You have to create scrap boxes which get turned into UU Matter, and that can make iridium. And so then that iridium can be used to make iridium plates, and how the crafting tree goes. That eventually they end up making these ultimate hybrid solar panels. And so this, all that we have here, these few in the corner are ultimates, everything else in advanced. And I think there's one hybrid here. I'm not sure what the difference with that is, it doesn't seem as good. Output 128, and then the advanced ones are 32. Okay, I see. But yeah, so we're using the iridium that no, that's the wrong thing. The iridium that we get from the UU Matter to make more solar panels. We take the advanced ones that we got here and turn them into ultimates, and then that helps us produce UU Matter faster, so it's kind of like a circle you can see going on there. So that's what I've been focusing on doing. And then I decided that I wanted to make this place look nice, because before it was just a cobblestone hut in the middle of a desert. And so I looked around at all the materials that were in FTB, and two that I really liked were the basalt materials, which we have here, and oh, what one is that actually? I was about to say stainless steel glass. I don't know why, that's not what it's called. And I don't have any in this chest. Well, this stuff, which is some sort of industrial glass of some sort, I really liked how that looked, and I started building with it. And yeah, one thing led to another. I kind of came up with this, which I think looks alright, but what it's going to be around is going to be what makes it look impressive. So where this ends here, these are like the support struts for the building. There is going to be a mass of land, which I just can't think of a word to describe it, but basically it's going to be like a big pillar that comes up from the ground below, and it's not going to be circular or symmetrical, anything like that. It's going to look really natural. The plan is to use a filler to define a big cubic area, and then go around with a mining laser and blow loads of it up so it's all, you know, random blocks and it looks much more natural. And so this is what I want to do. I want to do some terraforming and building. Most of the building's probably done though already, because this is the only thing in this area. One other thing that I do have to do, if you look at the mini map, you can see the building that I'm standing on. We were talking about how when you build buildings in FTB, you could put something on the top of it to identify it. So I'm going to look into different coloured glass and other see-through or transparent materials that we could put on top of here to identify this, and then you would see a UU symbol, so you could identify that it was the UU matter station, although it is going to be the only thing in this area. And the reason that we have transparent blocks on top of here is because mobs can spawn on top of solar panels. So if you didn't know that, now you do. And so that's up there to protect that. We have been talking about rearranging this setup that we have here as well, so it's more in the middle and nicer to look at. So I've learnt to set up a quarry now. I think Raven's Child set up 2 quarries in this area, and I looked at it and I thought, you know what, I could do some terraforming around here as well. And so what we're going to do is remove everything that you can see around the UU matter station. There's going to be nothing left in sight, which is pretty exciting. That's like a huge project to undertake. And so I've learnt now how to set up a quarry. It's really basic, I know, but I finally got the hang of it because, you know, I was actually interested in what I was doing. I just wasn't sitting there and learning. And I tell you what, that reminds me of school right there. I think one of the big problems with school and it being boring is that you're forced to learn something that you don't really care about. Whereas if they were to probably teach you about how I don't know, how the PlayStation works or something like that, then you'd probably be really interested and learn something about electronics. So that's how I've been learning to do these things. So I've been setting up quarries, and you can see there's some water down there that I haven't removed. Well, what I tried doing was, because when I set up the quarry here, there were loads of lava lakes, and after it removes the blocks, you're just left with tons of lava, and it looks disgusting. It takes forever to remove as well. So what we were doing over here was putting a water source block at the top, and then as all the blocks get removed, it spreads over the whole size of the quarry, and it goes all the way down. And then whenever there's lava, it gets turned into cobblestone or obsidian, and then the quarry comes by and removes it. And I found out that that is actually very standard practice, so you've probably all heard about that before. Anyway, so when you remove that source block from the water, it causes a lot of lag on the server because all the water has to figure out what all the water's doing, and it slowly gets removed, and it caused us a lot of problems. So then I learned how to use the pump. King Happy showed me how to do that, and Raven's Child was saying you should put a pump in the middle, so I dug a little hole up the top there, put a pump, and it helped remove all of the water from that quarry over there. So one of the next things I'm going to be doing is setting up more quarries and doing a lot of the same really. For quite a while I'm going to be focused on doing this. But another thing that I've been doing as well is using the pumps over here in the ocean. Let's kill this guy. Go away. Yeah, so I've gone a bit crazy here. We have Tesseracts that are hooked up to energy. I don't really know... Oh, God. I don't really know the full story about how they work, and I don't know what exactly it is they can do, but you can transfer energy through them. And so Raven's Child has a community farm for his biomass, I think, which goes through these Tesseracts. So you can see there he has his own biomass farm, and then we have a community one. And so it draws power from the community farm, and then I can come along, put down a quarry, put down a waterproof void pipe, let's start again, void pipe on the side, and put a Tesseract on the top, and then it starts getting rid of all the water, which is fantastic. That's really simple. And so I've got one over there, one here, and another one there. So we've got 4 in this area. I think we've got 3 in that area over there. You can see 1, 2, and 3. And so it's going to take a long time, but they are getting there. And this area over here is done, so that's probably where I'm going to put my next quarry, is just somewhere around there. And so I guess that's all you really need to know about this at the moment. I'm not sure the full story about how I'm going to do my terraforming. I want to learn more about that, but yeah, we're going to remove absolutely everything, and then there'll just be nothing but bedrock. And you know what, it might not be a bad idea just to leave it as bedrock, because the problem that I had with that Yeah, I'm just not prepared. I don't have a bow and arrow or anything. I'm going to stand on top of this thing so he can't annoy me. The problem with the bedrock is that it has a high contrast ratio, so when you look around this can often look really bad on screens. On mine at the moment it doesn't look too bad. I got a feeling when I render this video though it might look really bad on YouTube, so depending on how it looks for you guys as well, take that into consideration. We might actually just leave the bedrock and then we'll have this like bedrock wasteland and then this one UU matter station in the middle of it, which is just really over the top, but that's what I feel like doing. So let's kill this guy, take that, and let's head back because I'm not sure what else it is I wanted to show you. I've rambled about what I'm doing. We've seen a little bit of, oh I know what we can talk about, of Raymond's Child's bit. And one of the other members who was on the server since day one, I contacted him on YouTube because Sci Guy Ryan, who is a member on the server, he doesn't really play but he talks with us in the chat a lot and hopefully he'll have the time to play at some point in the future. But he recommended this guy called Nathaniel, Redstone Nightmare I do believe is his YouTube name, and he was invited to play with us, but because he had work and things like that he couldn't play for a long time, and then he messaged me and says it's still cool to play. He came on. I wasn't around, I actually haven't spoken to him yet, but everyone else was here and sort of introduced him, and he decided that he wanted to work on bees, which is really cool because I'm just fascinated to hear about how the bees work. Generic Bee talks about them a lot, he's always playing with his bees, and apparently he's done quite a lot already. So for some of you that know how bees work and what this is right here, because I don't have a clue, you can probably tell how far along with the bee stuff he's come. But yeah, he's working on that. And we have another new member as well actually, although Nathaniel isn't new, he just hasn't been able to play until now, and that is Prizey, who plays on JL2579 server, and he's working on what I think is a nuclear fusion reactor. I have no idea where he's building it, but he needs tons and tons and tons of copper, so we don't have much copper left now, but those quarries that I've been setting up should give him some more. And so this area, when you last saw it, it would have looked a lot different because we had machines all over the place, and King Happy's been working on this. He's always said that he wanted to set up the machines underneath, so I don't really understand all of what's going on here, but I'll pop down and show you anyway. These are all his setups. He has these things called relays. Yeah, this is supposed to be the Technical Beast server. I mean, that name implies a lot, and here's me, the FTB noob, as everyone calls me, or as I call myself even. Yeah, I just don't know what any of this stuff does really. So I'm sure I'll get King Happy on a video with me at some point so he can explain it all to you. But I think a lot of it revolves around the interface. So the machines are underneath, and then you've got all the different things that you can access like this. Here I know how to use a few of these. Yep, I use that to make iridium plates. And yeah, you can just access everything up the top, and it's a really good layout. You know, having all your materials here, your crafting tables, you've got your workbench area here and project table even. And yeah, I'm just thinking, is there anything else I wanted to talk about before I show you those clips? I don't think there is. Oh, we've got an XP farm up here which I haven't used yet as well. And yeah, I guess I have to get with the other guys at some point and record an episode together again. I'm not sure how long this is as well, so I might come back after these clips.
Come here, Xisuma.
What's that?
Here, come here.
I don't know where you are.
No,
Down
don't
there
do
in this big hole. Come here.
In the hole, in the hole.
I hear Prizey screams.
Here, follow me. If you
Don't-
can see me.
Do it.
Down there.
Don't do it for your own safety.
You see that fall through? Coming, Xisuma.
Alright, don't mess about, I've got expensive gear on me.
Stand on here.
Yep.
Ah!
Stop lagging.
Stop lagging.
I can't.
Oh cool,
Go
what is
down.
this? Someone's secret little base? Dude,
This is
is
the MFFS.
Oh no!
What's the MFFS?
Modulated
Wait,
force field
just stay there.
thing. Yeah.
Whoa! It's like the holodeck.
Get me in there. King Happy, get me in.
What's going on in here? What are we doing? I feel like I'm being
The
brought
force
into-
field.
I'm trapped now, more or less likely.
You can't get out.
How many withers are you making?
I don't know. How many do you want? We've got the way stinking wither. They are.
Is this going to hurt me if I'm nearby?
No.
Or unless the energy runs out, which it might.
Are you going to... It might, oh. Are you going to let down the force field and let them...
Yeah, of course we're gonna. Okay.
The sound is.
That did
Please
hurt
smash
me.
it.
Yeah, that hurt me.
Whoa!
Whoa. Loud.
Hey! What you wanna do? Okay, my sword is not doing any damage.
You hit him
It
with a
is.
bow first.
No, you don't need to. You can hit my swords.
Alright.
Oh, it's doing damage, or they're killing themselves, I don't know.
Guys,
It's
what's
because you're-
this lever doing?
Don't do it.
It's maddeningly tempting.
Yeah. Make it a big red button and everybody will press it.
Label it. Don't press me. Or
Yeah,
ever.
don't
There you are.
press me.
Very nice.
And you can put the NPC add-on into it, so they automatically kills things like withers.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, did I actually? Oh, I told Pricey today that I have the actual footage of my brain. I
No,
now
you didn't
know.
tell me, you didn't
No,
tell
I
me.
didn't tell you. I now know that I really have a brain and not an old brat or something like that.
Old friend.
It's really nice.
That's so rad.
Xisuma.
It's just coming up. I got a picture of my
I think
brain.
he's having a heart attack. Someone call 999.
No, I had an. I don't know how it's called in English. I had an
A CAT scan, CT scan.
MRT, yeah, CAT scan. Yeah.
MIT, yeah.
MRT. Don't know if.
No,
it's
no, no.
I was so hoping you said I had a brain picture.
Oh, 1 second, be right back.
I have high resolution pictures of my brain.
Brain in HD.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Huh? What?
What?
Well, we know you've got a mind. You don't know how good it is, but we know you've got one.
I have a
Or
brain.
at least a brain. I don't know if there's
I
a
have
mind
brain
inside
that
it.
doesn't tell how my mind is.
I can see from your brain.
I love
Your words.
I love your use of words, because if you weren't German and you weren't speaking your native language, or sorry, it would just sound nutty.
Xisuma's doing it now.
What did he say
English
a second
good
ago?
Speaky.
What did he?
Me good
What was it Raven said? Basically, what I'm saying, if Ravens was English, it'd sound like an absolute madhouse.
Yeah, sorry.
I have pictures of my brain.
Like derping
tap
and
off.
someone standing next to him wiping his dribble away from his face. Spoon feeding him with the other hand.
I have these pictures of my brain. What?
Are you trying to make a chicken noise? I don't know which one of you did what one.
You'll never know. The secret is safe.
I never will. So that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed those clips, and I'm sure there'll be more technical beasts coming soon. But I want to know from you guys, do you like the kind of stuff where we're just hanging out casually, or do you want to see more about the projects? Or probably the most logical thing would be to have a balance of both. But let me know in the comments what you like to see, and we'll try and focus on that in future episodes in this series. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.